Greetings, family. I've decided to put some action behind my speaking, my promises. So I've booked in August, just over 2 weeks away, in a quiet spot in Zimbabwe, somewhere where I can sit down and write. So this is concerning the long promise book. You know, for a while, I have a different view to the predominant end-time view. And then in lockdown, I preached a 5-part series, and a dear brother in Christ, a very good friend of mine, said to me, this is really good, you should actually write a book. And so what he said is, I need to make my encouragement concrete and solid in effect. And he said, so here it is, here's my encouragement, this is what it looks like. He said, I will sponsor the printing and the publishing of the book, including getting it onto Amazon. Extremely generous, extremely kind. And so I've decided to take a break to sit down and see if I could write. And it really came to my mind 6 to 8 weeks ago, before I went to Zimbabwe. I sat down and I just hit the keyboard, and 6 weeks it took, but I printed out typed up and printed out the prophetic training manual now, which is in demand, and folks want to get a hold of it and get copies. And there's several churches that want me to do the training, the prophetic training in their church. And it was then that I thought, well, if I put the same amount of work into the writing of the book, I can complete it. So I'm about 11, 12 chapters through, and this particular brother has been reading it and strongly encouraging me to continue. Now, many of you in ACF and many of you further afield have been saying, when are you going to finish the book? Well, this is it now. So I'm taking just over 2 weeks to go and spend some time. And I've chosen Zims because it's quieter, the place where I can go, and it's cheaper than anywhere that I know of where I could go and sit and write here in South Africa. And so it's just really going to be a good place for me to be, and just to be quiet and to concentrate on writing the book. So what I wanted to do was to open it up and to give you the opportunity. Someone is going to sponsor the printing, the publishing of the book, and so give you the opportunity to assist in the sponsorship. It's not a lot of money. The accommodation and the flights for just over 2 weeks is 15,000 Rand. And if you would like to help, I would deeply, deeply appreciate it. And maybe you could sow into the completion of this book. And so if you can afford 100 Rand, that's fantastic. If you can afford it all, it'd be brilliant. If you can afford whatever you can afford, you just put it in. The details are coming up. Put it as reference book, so that we know where to put it back against, and so we can defray the expenses that I've already laid out for booking the accommodation and the flight. Saints, I really appreciate it. And again, don't feel pressured, but if God speaks to your heart, book and into the main account. Thank you so much, saints, that I could share this with you. Bless you. Maybe by the end of the year, the book is finished. Love you guys.